I mean, how does a survivor advocate for themselves? Like, how do they become proactive as opposed to just keep taking the hits?
Yeah. So I always tell people during my discovery calls, because this is something that I want everybody to know, and I'm really glad to have this opportunity to share it with you and your community. I build all of my cases with my clients on all the strategy on sort of the three pillars that I call are the most important as a protective parent. So the three pillars are: one, documentation; two, neutral third party testimony; and three, expert witness testimony. And whether you're involved in active litigation or not, there may come a point where you need to seek relief from the court to protect your kids. And having sort of kept these three pillars in mind throughout the years is really helpful for people. And so for documentation, I always tell my clients, pick one day a week where you sit down for 15 minutes and you document everything that's been happening. And I have them sort of keep a running list, of what's happening so that they don't forget, because when you're in trauma, it can be really hard to remember what you need to unless you write it down. And then neutral third party testimony. These are people like teachers, pediatricians, sports coaches, anybody that doesn't have what we'd call like skin in the game, right? Somebody who's not biased. As much as they would have seen firsthand what's happening, the court does not take their testimony in as much weight as somebody who's neutral, like those other parties that I mentioned. And then expert witness testimony. This is, non-physical intimate partner violence and coercive control is highly nuanced and is a highly insidious form of abuse. And it really does take an expert to help train these family court decision makers on how to spot it and to really understand the weight and how it affects kids on a daily basis and how it affects them long term. How do you pack 5, 10 years of very nuanced abuse into a half-day court hearing? It's impossible. But if, long term, it really does make sense to have an expert come in, sort of distill everything that has happened and educate these vastly undereducated and untrained professionals that are making these decisions about children's lives on what this looks like, how it plays out long term, how it affects both the healthy parent and the children. And so those are the three pillars: documentation, neutral third party testimony, and expert witness testimony. So that's basically the high level strategy on how to protect